read your whole book, dude. I haven't read the whole, and you know I don't like to read.
I love that.
This is true. He does not like to read.
I love that. I appreciate that.
I read the last 3 books I read was Unbroken, which is the movie, right?
That was good.
Which I thought was fantastic. Kelly made me read this book on babies when our kid was born, and she ain't read it though, right?
Didn't work.
But no,
She didn't read it, right?
nope. I'm breaking.
I read it to test
Hey,
it.
where's the microphone on this thing?
It's on this. It's built in.
Oh, just you're using the built-in.
Yeah, because we don't have a lot of feedback from like speakers here,
Yeah.
and remember my lapel mics?
Yeah.
Someone stole them at Hermosa Beach.
way.
Yeah. Put it in the bag, and someone just took the bag.
That's crap.
Yeah. And I was just telling him I got Olakai shoes. The first time I actually wore shoes, I didn't want to wear them on the beach, so I took them off. And I took them off, I came back, someone took my shoes too.
Dang.
And Alvarez
Yeah.
knocks it down.
Is he? Alvaro is got a noodle for an arm, man.
Oh, yeah.
I love watching him.
Right?
I love this team. Look, Billy Allen and Ta.Crabb. I mean, team's small.
I do,
team's
and
dynamic.
I'm on the live stream right now, so I'm gonna reserve why they shouldn't win this whole thing. It's an
Are we live right now?
It's an indictment on the fair of the men's division.
What's
to
up,
allow that
everybody?
to happen.
Let us know your thoughts. Put it in the chat.
Yes, actually, I'll quote Casey Jennings had a podcast with Casey Patterson, and he said, "Would the young Casey Patterson let the older Casey Patterson get away with this?" And he said, "No." Casey Patterson right now could unretire and be in this,
totally could.
in this mix.
He should actually probably should be. Casey, if you're listening, you should be here, brother.
Casey, if you're listening, you're doing God's work coaching juniors. I know your son's on that team, but that team is a fixer-upper, and they love to have you, man. And last tournament I saw you, man, they were doing pretty good things, dude. And here, listen, I think he's on center court.
Ideally, are you kicking me out, Jason?
No, no one's kicking you out.
Not on Mother's Day.
No. You get to be.
No, we can
I'm
hear
like
it.
commentating
The reason why I took
Yeah.
it off is so we can hear it from
Yeah,
here.
that's good. You can stand right here.
All right, let me double check the stream. This is going to be very tricky with the battery life.
This is Wyatt Harrison, Avery Drost against Ta.Crabb, Billy Allen. Let's go. Nice, good serve to start the game. And that is not what you want. You do not want to hit the ball in the net like that.
No, sir.
With the left, with the offhand.
Guys, I was supposed to be gone an hour ago, but I'm on 8% battery life, but trying to charge at the same time. And my phone, the remote control, is on 8% too, so we'll see what happens. Let's just stream as much as we can until the wheels fall off.
And Taylor, if you watch this back, you know you want that one back. You just served one hard to the ocean side. He hit it in the net. Got the momentum. Put that momentum right back on him.
On this side of the court, we have Wyatt Harrison at the net blocking. Avery Drost on full-time D. Setting the balls, Ta.Crabb, his partner, the incomparable Billy Allen. Great coverage, but batting cleanup on a this time stay-down mode is Wyatt Harrison.
I know that was a tricky play for Billy and Taylor, but I really do like that team. Team ball control, team dynamics, team explosion, and team small.
I'm like, my balls here, sorry. It's the one thing I brought in case Kelly wanted the pepper, but it's got LAVBC on it, so.
Nice side
There's
set.
a drifter set, and
Great
Wyatt,
set.
what a rangy swing, huh?
Oh, it's a great deep swing. I mean, it's just a great deep swing, you know? Another cone rep. That's where we put the cones in practice. And that's definitely
Just gonna
OT.
put the rest in there so it's protected. Hey, hold this for me. I'm gonna do a coffee protection thing. Put it in my New York Yankees mug as every
Nice.
draw serves. Sorry, I got it. Okay, you want the rest?
Another serve in the net. We don't like that, guys. We don't like that play.
The digital says 3-2. The manual scoreboard says 3-1.
But my thing-
I believe it's the former. Go ahead.
My thing with the serve in the net is that it does happen at the high levels, so you can't overthink it if it does happen.
Ball goes out of bounds.
But that's just not what we want. We want our misses to be longer.
This is a great match, and I cheer for all four competitors. Wyatt Harrison, very deserving, hard-working. Avery Drost, of course, what's not to love about him? Taylor Crabb's got a religious following, and Billy Allen has got the entire south of the border vacations as Taylor gets a freaking stuff.
Taylor Crabb is a very underrated blocker. He's usually not a blocker. He's a full-time defender, but he is, talk about timing and angles and and ups. He can get up there.
I will say this, every time he's stuck at the net, he happens to get a block, so his percentages are very good. And that time, Avery Drost reminded the world of who put that child in front of him.
Well, that's what you want to do as a hitter. You want to assert your dominance on a nice OT middle back swing like that. And it's quick, you know, nice and quick. Nice serve.
There's a nice hold by Billy Allen. Billy, man, a side-out machine. And I think that's what makes this team unique, right? Sometimes when you play Billy and his partner, you always serve his partner, right? But now you got to serve Billy because you don't want to serve Taylor.
Exactly, and that's just a textbook clean pass set hit for the side out.
What they don't want to do is get caught up in this scrappy, you know what I'm saying, below the net game where Allen and Crabb breathe the best.
Yep, and it's 5-5 right now. Both teams are just jabbing at each other, feeling each other out, looking for some tendencies, looking for some angle openings.
That's a great middle serve, and that's what you need. Just a little bit out of system to see if you can be in play situations like that, which we both agree you're not going to be in too many of those.
And that's just vintage Billy Allen, taking a great serve, transferring that energy into a great pass, a clean back set for the nice short line side out.
Well, there's the drifter, and that is where Wyatt does not need to be thinking about the timing. Reach above, reach way high, and make sure Taylor doesn't sneak up on you.
Especially, for sure. And what a great pass. I mean, I'm seeing a lot of those more and more. These players are actually back passing, doing like a 180, turning back.
I'd like to see have it be a little less shooty and a little more height. There's a left shoulder pass, and there's a Shenkalopoulos, and for the first time, 7-6 lead.
Very rare by Billy, but that's a great serve. I saw the movement on that thing, and I love.
Estimated time of arrival was like half second. Oh, Wyatt on the switch will say, I take it.
And you got Scott Davenport coaching out here. I played against Scott.
I will say
back
this,
in the
Wyatt's
day.
with him. Wyatt's been with him every day at USA practice. In front of the hotel in Hermosa Beach.
I see it too sometimes, you know, and shout out to Scott Davenport because this is someone who's basically dedicated his career to the game. As a player, as a coach.
Rochester, New York.
As a mind, right? He's one of the volleyball minds that likes to think about the game and has a really good cerebral approach to the game.
And my personal bias would say, of course he can coach. He's from New York. He's a Rochester guy. Some of the most beautiful homes you'll see. What are they doing?
Oh, there's Evie. They're fixing the net out there. Speaking of inspired coaches, there's another inspired coach, Evie Matthews, one of my friends.
This last year is going to be over sooner than later. I told everybody I have a finite amount of time, a battery life on this, that I'm actually charging at the same time.
Hey, throw it in the comments. How you guys feeling about this game? Who do you think's going to win? What would you like to see?
Yeah, because we ain't picking winners. We're calling this.
You know?
I mean, we could, right? This isn't like a professional game.
I'll tell you what I'd like to see, Jason. I'd like to see a little more fire. I know it's hot, but it's just one day, you know, out here. Go for it. I want to see fire. I want to see fire.
You're going to see fire.
I want to see fire outside of the play. I want to see people going up to the crowd and high-fiving them.
You're going to see fire in 3 words. Those 3 words are single elimination tournament.
So you got to
the
guess
sense of urgency.
Right. Nice serve.
Hey, zone 1 handled okay by Billy Allen. Billy, when he's in the fiddle, you know the rest. Here we go.
Nice play up the middle on a bad set. Well, that's what we want. We want fire.
We got one voice, 10 claps. And I think everyone will eventually join in as I lost a whole percentage points on my battery life. Wow, that's a great zone 1 serve, a stunt double dive for Avery. And Taylor, if he keeps getting situations like that, they have a really good shot at winning this. Maybe even 2-0.
Great serve. Way to put him out of system. And then we got crazy eights.
I just want to see a little bit more height that allows the setter to use their hands, the setter the option, and for the setter to be able to see the whole court from blocker to dig.
No, I thought that was a serving mistake because you just got to point off Avery. I like the aggressiveness, but you got to finish your wrist back to that player who just made an error. That's my personal opinion. What do you think about that?
I think you're right. I think you want to test that passer again, especially if the previous pass is out of system. It's not your responsibility to fix it, it's theirs, right? You take that responsibility away from them if you don't serve that guy again.
Now that right there is what we've been talking about for a while, the serve in the net. We don't like that play. That's a service error. But I thought the other one was also an error. Even though they made the play, they just served the wrong guy. We don't have to call it an error, but maybe a misstep.
Billy Allen back to zone 1. Wyatt Harrison, his open up on the option, on the on-two, the form is perfect.
No, when a play like that happens, it's almost undiggable, right? You can't really defend it, so you just move on. That was just a great play,
Way above
right?
the block, way above the dig.
Right.
Right.
You don't want to overthink that. You move on, you keep going.
Wyatt Harrison is a very good jump server. Taylor handled that okay. The 4-block switch and a little bit of hesitation as 10-10, we're 1 away from the technical timeout.
I think the best passer on the beach, Ta.Crabb, the way he can get his platform out so quickly, find his angle, absorb that pass. He reminds me of Parch.
Very much, and you remember Ferber.
That's a great serve.
Well, I guess we'll leave our opinionators as anonymous, but you said one of your guys said he was the best player in the world. We had a little bit of a debate on that the last time out.
I don't know about the world, but I think in the United States, Taylor, you can make a case. He's right in that conversation and been there for a while. And what a great serve! That was awesome.
I mean, there's always a conversation for MVP, right? There's always a conversation for best serve receiver. There's always a conversation for best digger, right? His technique I don't really support, but his twitch reaction and the years and years that he's done it has made something for him that maybe he should teach, and maybe I should just, be a chairborne ranger and
He
just
is
watch.
now. He's coaching now at St. Mary's.
Yep. Yeah, assistant NCAA. Yeah.
I love that, right? I mean, that's more knowledge sharing.
College of St. Mary's, their first finals appearance since 2018 for the WCCs.
For the West Coast Conference.
Yeah, I believe they beat Pepperdine to get into that final spot. Subsequently losing, of course, to the NCAA finalists, Loyola Marymount University.
LMU, John Mayer.
Coach of the year, by the way.
Coach of the year.
AVCA. Let's go back to the comments.
Talk about inspired coaches.
I'm telling you, we're not going to get comments because Taylor has so many lives, like so many followers.
Give us some comments. Let us know.
So many live streams right now. They're like, wait, there's another live stream where we don't have to listen to Jason? I'm in. Randy Pop says a lot. Garner says yes. Let's go, Wyatt. Brett Kennedy. So we go back to the game and...
That's a great set by Wyatt.
Yeah.
When you see the big guys that have the ability to set like that, and I was just having this conversation with Paului this morning, like everyone on the beach can set. But when you see, like more than ever, I'd say.
Right. But
when you see the blocker being able to set like that was a beautiful set.
Avery Drost to serve, and you're right. Great setting by all 4 competitors, but highlighting Wyatt Harrison. Here's his vintage toss and just a bit outside and on its way to the parking lot.
We do call that a good miss because you're missing long, you're going for it.
Gloriously, as we call it. Right? You miss gloriously.
But
zone 1 serve, very accurately done. And there's Wyatt against with that beautiful release.
Right?
Let's talk about why that's a good set.
Well, okay, so when I teach hand setting, I teach set point, right? You want to set the ball and then you want to point at it. And what that does is create hang time. And that's what Wyatt is doing. Wyatt's doing that right now. He's setting the ball, he's pointing at it, creating this hang time for the hitter.
He's also putting it in a spot where only the hitter can reach it and not the block, as we saw in the women's match that was problematic for Hodel.
Right.
Right. Who by the way, I won't spoil it for you, but that's Mal's match of the day. If you haven't seen that thing and you don't know who won, go back to Hodel and Tegan Van Gunst as Wyatt takes that on too. Tegan Van Gunst and Zolani Hodel versus Julia Denland, formerly Scholes, and Lexi Denneberg.
And
match of the day
pissed.
for both men and women. Fantastic 3-setter.
Taylor's pissed on. Yeah, sorry.
Go ahead.
So he just had a read on that play right there. He totally had that. And as a defender, when we have reads, we really want to make those plays.
It's actually a pretty good hold on that too. On his elevation of Ta.Crabb,
And
just getting in the air really fast.
And the decision making, right? Like he can make a decision. He can also change his mind in midair, and it's usually the right decision.
Guys, in the comment section, we will be reading them during the technical timeout and other timeouts. So this is a live interactive thing. I really love Ta.Crabb with his second block of the day for the switch, flexing his man muscle.
And you know, a lot of hitters will usually, when they see a shorter blocker, they'll just try to throttle.
We can't ignore the elephant in the room. I'm sorry, okay? When he gets the block, he sticks out his chest like he's got a big set of whatever right in between. And I don't know if I love it, but I'm glad he's doing it.
What feels better? Comment section, I want to know. What feels better to you as a volleyball player? A clean block or a great dig?
Well, let's speak for the both of us first. I like clean block.
I like
you take
clean
someone's best shot, their absolute best swing, and you throw it down. You feel like you snatch their soul. No, but clean digs are awesome too. You're at the edge of your seat. Good
I would say
set by Ta.Crabb.
I'm gonna go with clean dig to clean transition and kill. That is a great feeling.
And you know what? We're in the right match because Ta.Crabb is. When he gets a dig, you're at the edge of your seat because you know after the dig, something absolutely gnarly is going to happen.
Absolutely.
And I feel that way about Ahmed Tejan. For those of you that watch a back set, sorry, we got a back set. Every draw splashes one long, and he's got to not let the air leave his sails after he misses.
Well, he just kicked out way too far. That's a good timeout here. But if you watch that last play, he kicked way too far. I thought his kick should be right on his partner. So you're in zone 3, right in the middle of the court. That makes your job easier to get your feet to the ball so that you can make a good decision. But hey, you know what?
In the comment section, no one's commented yet. So, but guys, if you're listening, don't forget to smash that like button. Don't forget to share and subscribe. All right, let's make this page bigger. As you can see, I'm recording more games and less podcast. The podcast is taking off on its own, and we'll let that happen on its own. But for now, this is A Depth That Is Owed by Aaron Wexler, my counterpart here, and yours truly, Justin Debate.
And I love your podcast, man. I love that you have so many different guests from all kinds of eclectic backgrounds, not just beach volleyball. You know, I do that too with
It's got
my
a mind of
guests.
its own, doesn't it? Yeah.
It's awesome. You know, the amount of information that's being shared right now is at kind of an all-time high, and it's really cool.
Yep.
It's really cool.
You know
to
what?
tap
You're
in.
all about the people, and I know you don't like talking about yourself, but take this moment and talk about your last episode and just the guest as the players go back on the court. Who was with you, and
Yeah. Well,
who was your guest on the last podcast?
Well, one of
it was
them-
the coaches one, right?
Yes, it was a coaches roundtable. One of them is featuring this guy right here, Billy Allen, who's also a co-host of Coach Your Brains Out with John Mayer. John Mayer also joined, and Travis Mayweather from Sandcast also joined. And you know, we had a little coaches roundtable on really the future of inspired coaching and what that really means.
Copacetic, 100%. Oh, not to mention the best writer in the sport and the best coach in the sport and the most beloved person in the sport, all in the same room.
Yeah. It's a really great play out of a timeout by Avery.
Yeah.
I want to give Avery some love on that pass. Beautiful pass, nice attack, nice and confident in himself. So it was
I
awesome.
would also like to see more strategic in the serve rather than just the power dynamic of the serve. Like it's kind of all over the place, and it's not sustainable as far as errors to in system to out of system.
Well, the jump serve in the net again. There's our thing we keep talking about. If he comes over here to the strain side and goes and attacks the ocean side, the wind, which is not very strong, will actually knock that down.
Wyatt Harrison, you know there's got to be a little bit of urgency here. This is win or go home.
Yeah, if he tees one up, hopefully he'll go way in the corner to way over in the other corner.
Wyatt's got a really good one. He's got a nice shorter toss, heavy top spin. That's a great left shoulder serve. And then also, wow, Billy Allen, of course, the side out king.
Yep.
But the purpose of the serve was to limit some of the lanes of his court vision on offense. Billy's such, I mean, not a lot of kinks in this armor, right? Heavy Matthews, of course. He's going to be bolting out of here to watch the UFC tonight. He's a big mixed martial arts fan. Got a good double main event
Evie
tonight.
looking good. Evie
Valentina Shevchenko defending her title tonight.
lean and mean over there.
Pretty good pass. And of course, the immaculate set. Again, he kind of shortened his lens, but Wyatt's set gave him his court vision back where every Drost could see the blocker, could see the dig, and can even see us in the blue tent.
Yeah. We're going to serve Billy Allen here. He's going to run a back set to a cut shot.
Looked like he was, but wow, that was a situation where he was forced in the outside. Here's an opportunity. And you know that was a must. If on a very rare occasion you get an out-of-system pass on these two, you know you have to transition. That kill was a must, Aaron.
Absolutely, and I would consider taking a timeout if I were these guys right here to stop their momentum.
They look like they're talking about it, and just like you would have done it, we just talked about that the last match. You wait, you measure the integrity of the scene, and then make a decision.
Right, and that's why you hold on to your timeout for situations like this. Near the end of the game, we have 19-18. Yeah, 18 serving 19. That was a great timeout.
Yep.
And it kind of freezes Avery as a server.
All right, let's go to the comment section.
Comments.
We got Taylor getting his name on the pier without a real partner would be crazy. Look, I'm glad you said that because I was there, as well as Aaron, in 2018 when Ta.Crabb and Jake Gibb went against Phil and Nick. They're up 1-0. He has match point. He gets this sensational dig. And on the 4-block switch, they left all of his real estate cross court. And Taylor's eyes got big and he saw it. And he went for it all to secure his name, his legacy, and missed. It went wide. And Phil got punched awake, won the second set, and then won the third set.
Wow, great memory.
So there was a real revisiting from 2018 to 2023.
I love it, Jason. Great memory.
It's something if Taylor ever shows his ass up on the podcast, I want to talk to him about. I know the man's got things to do, but... And I definitely have other guests, but the fans, you know, they want to see it. There's Billy.
Great timeout, huh?
Set point opportunity number 1.
Call that a great timeout.
Yep. But it was a wild journey because you were cheering for him because of the digs, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And at the end, when he hit it out, center court just went, oh, you know, like...
See if you go after Wyatt here.
I doubt it. I doubt it. They're keeping it straight and simple, and Wyatt eliminated the middleman on that equation, and this is where experience is going to take over. This is 1920, and these are games where Billy and Taylor kind of win. And these championships are decided by 2-point games.
And if you're Wyatt, you got to rip it here. Nice.
Oh, my goodness, and Taylor brings it back.
Wow.
Free ball situation. Wow, what a clean shot. Wow, and a monster move, a clutch move, a much-needed move by you go, my man. I am just flabbergasted.
Well, no, it's a great serve. Your down game point. You put some good wrist action on it. Kind of a rare shank by Billy. Great get by Taylor. And then I don't know if you noticed, but Avery took that free ball with his hands too.
Yeah.
Pretty risky, but it came out clean.
But Avery has taken away the catch and throw. His setting game, as a veteran, you don't have time to revamp your game, but he revamped his setting game. Fast release, which is forgivable, spin, and right on cue, 21.
So now, if you're Billy Allen going back to serve here, or Taylor, you go after Wyatt.
No,
I think so.
I don't.
This is my opinion because he just missed.
Okay. You got 5 seconds to be right on this, so tell me.
He just missed, and you got to take away that on 2. The on 2 is too effective.
They go back to zone 1, and there's the shoestring dig by Taylor, and transition. Billy Allen's at the net, and he knew to go high on that one, and Taylor knew to go onto the net. There's your option. Another shoestring dig. He knew he had to go. Drifter set. Oh! Taylor was in his head after the 2 blocks. That's what getting in the beginning of the game does, it puts pressure on you to reach high, and when you do, you might spray one.
And that's why you go after the inexperienced guy in situations like this. He's the guy with the least experience in these situations out there. That's why I was saying go after him.
I like your rationale, but for different reasons. If he's going to option anyway, and it's easier to defend the on-3 instead of the option, I would say yes. Might as well we'll go to Harrison. So,
well, he's
so
also
I do
on the
agree
bad
with
side,
you, but for
Oceanside.
all the different reasons.
That's the other reason too. Bad side, Oceanside. But hey,
He
you know,
excels on the ocean side.
this is a never-ending conversation.
I will say this as oh glory, you see barely blowing, right? And really no flags blowing right now.
Not too bad,
If
yeah.
this game were wind problematic on that side, 9 out of 10 times why it's going back set anyway.
Yeah.
You know, and
Yeah.
again, there's a little bit of tension, and we saw the previous match. They have stopped doing what they do well, and that's what Scott's probably telling them in the booth. If you want to back set. If you want to jump set and shoot, jump set and shoot. Stop changing your strategy because you're getting sucked into this game. This scrap fest.
And if you're Wyatt, you keep swinging. You know, just because you sprayed one,
Yeah.
no big deal. You got to come back to your technique. Keep swinging. Keep staying aggressive.
Yeah, pole bosh. This angle is weird to some, but it's a back shot. And Aaron Wexler and I call it the coach's perspective. So when coaches watch game film, they watch from this angle. Now, I can move the camera all the way to the left, and you get a nice little right-hander's perspective, where a lot of people like to set up their beach chairs. And they like that, and some people like the side to side. But for me, if I only have one camera, I'm always gonna go backside.
That's how you start a game right there with a nice little trickle ace.
If I had a 3-camera set where I'm like zooming in on the players after the play, and I would definitely have side to side. Side to side is a fan's friendly perspective, but the coach friendly perspective is the best.
Hey, you know, comment section, guess what? Once this budget grows a little bit, we'll have multiple camera angles for you guys.
Yeah, maybe they'll hire 2 really good commentators. Show us the money.
Yeah. let them know if you're liking our stream here.
Tell you what I'm liking. I'm liking Aaron Wexler
Having a blast.
because it's been a minute since I've seen your face. I know are you kidding? We're on 4% battery life, and we're you know, God is good, man.
I love calling these games with you, man. It's super fun.
There's the short serve, and there is the defensive situation they wanted. That's what they
Great
wanted.
dig.
And Taylor, the transition king, goes cross. This one goes into the tape.
Yeah, he's pissed about that one. He wants that one back. Great dig. He's one of the best players of getting in the pocket as a defender and getting digs and touches.
If you put the categories, so best blocker, digger, transition, server, Taylor's going to be top 5 in all of this.
That's what I'm saying.
He can up a good jump serve too if he wants.
That's what I'm saying. I think he's the best player.
He is. Well, and domestically, there's always a good argument for it. But like on the international scene, best defender, I gotta go Ahmed Tijan, who is just the guy can go the wrong way and still
for sure.
recover
Yeah, he's a
in
freak athlete.
system.
Billy
you know?
Allen, you know,
Yeah.
can't forget about Billy Allen too.
Yes.
He's a great player.
Oh, the more these players retire
set.
and the more Taylor sustains his performance, he moves up that list. Right now, I got Taylor 5. The last time we had this discussion, now Taylor's 3 as far as best defender.
Okay.
Because who's the Italian guy that retired? It's not playing anymore. Lupo.
Yep, Lupo.
I had Lupo ahead of him, and that was justified, right? But Lupo's gone, and now Taylor moves up.
Is Billy Allen the second oldest player in this tournament behind Phil?
Maybe.
I think so.
Billy is ageless, though.
Yeah, I know he is. There's Billy right on time with a nice
mean,
high hands side out.
The one thing they have in common is no one wants to serve them. And it's not because they can't set. They're both really good setters. Phil, for a while, was the best setter in the world.
Billy's very crafty. I played against Billy.
I had to
Couple
coach
times.
against him. Have you ever done a pull chart? Hold on as we get this switch. We'll take the time on this switch to talk about this. Have you ever done a pull chart on Billy Allen?
It's probably all over the place, right?
It is.
Yeah.
It looks like an
Oh, there's your low battery. Shoot.
It looks like I was in you know, if you did a sonogram, there'd be an image of a demon. I had to coach against him in Casebeer, and if you look at the directional arrows for Casebeer on his pull and defense chart, it was more predictable. It was 3 cross and 1 line
Yeah,
for Casebeer.
yeah.
Billy was zigzag here, zigzag, so get out of here, no way.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah, it's hilarious.
That serve choice by Wyatt, a serve as the wind just kicked up right in that moment, he tries to go down the strand line. You should always be attacking the ocean. Nice
What a
glance.
Great read on that.
Well, you know what Avery's gotten so much better at over the years is taking that look. He takes a great look.
For everybody watching, we started this match with 6% battery life. I'm charging it at the same time. We're now at 3. So if you want to see the whole match, you better be cheering for Taylor and Billy. I'm not cheering for anybody. I'm calling
Nice
Billy
pass.
Allen. A little bit of a J-hook at the end, but
Nice pass.
all's right, the height, checking all the boxes.
Billy is locked in.
He really is. And there's a reason why he doesn't get served. Again, when I coached against him, I had Jeff Samuels and Chris Vaughn. And we had a good strategy against Case Beer, and we lost the first set 24-22, but Billy cracked the code, and we got absolutely blown out as Avery hits the ball into the tape.
Great pass, though.
But they're very good at cracking the code at the technical timeout and in between sets. So.
Yep. I love that serve by Taylor, by the way. It brings that passer all the way over to the ocean side.
Yep.
And that passer's got to do their best to get their platform on it. Another good one.
I mean, can also consider this as he goes back set, and that's what I want to see.
Nice.
Because that's what they've been doing
Great play.
all year. They shouldn't stop doing it because they're playing what we would have referred to as the heavy favorites.
That's a great play. I love that
Absolutely.
play. And you actually have to have some decent amount of athleticism to get your feet all the way over there and make that play. But he
And
did.
he
does.
is traditionally a goofy foot, so that makes it even more interesting. He's a lefty approach. And then when you look at his next approach, he'll jump traditionally, and then you're like, okay, I'm seeing things. And then the next play, he goofy foots again, and I'm like, all right, Avery, I'm confused.
Now that serve right there, what's the point of that? Like, as a coach, you want to go for it or not?
Absolutely. It was also rushed. So
Yeah.
I mean, you want to take an extra second, especially
But
if you're doing location specific.
Single limb tournament, Huntington Open, you're down a set, go for it. Go for it or just float that thing in.
Also, let a little bit of that house money flow, right? We both agree that they're not the favorites to win this match, even though Billy and Taylor are playing small ball right now. They need to play this match as if the league depends on it.
Like that, yeah, you're right.
That's the pass they want. That's the pass they want, and there's an opportunity.
Looks like an open hand tip.
And here we go, and
Looks like an open hand tip.
yes, dodging a bullet on that one is Crabb and Allen. And again, like we were talking about, if you're lucky enough to get those down ball and free ball breaks, they have to be points, so you're not going to win this.
I think Avery and Wyatt should totally be allowed to argue that because that was an open hand tip.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, I agree. That wasn't a Cobra. In the game of inches, that ball's just out, and now the lead is 2.
Well, this is a tell, right? In beach volleyball, you're constantly looking for tells from your opponent. And Wyatt, from the other play before that, it looked like he was just a little not confident in himself. There's better confidence.
Also, Ta.Crabb got the ball after the play was over. He got a ball right away and went back to the service line.
Big
to
part
serve.
of this game.
He's trying to speed up the pace of the game.
It's a big part of this game
Yep.
is trying to control the tempo.
Yep. And he's the master. He's one of the masters at it. But Taylor, already two-time MVP in the AVP, right? So goes without saying. Billy
Nice
gets
job.
dug, and again, point scoring opportunity, and again they get clamped.
Has Taylor ever lost a joust?
Yes, but it's been a while. We're not gonna talk about that. We're just gonna say no.
I've never seen him lose a joust.
Nope. We're just gonna say no because lately I'm a prisoner of the moment. He's won every single one I've seen.
Right.
You know? Wyatt says goodbye. Also, look at the energy efficiency. You know, taking an extra breath right now. Avery Drost, not breathing hard at all is Ta.Crabb, Billy Allen. Billy Allen, I don't even think breathes oxygen. Look at him. This is ridiculous. Okay, pass. Got his court vision back, and Taylor.
Too automatic.
The hang time. I mean, Does traffic control call him on? Tell him he has to come back down?
One of the reasons why I call him the best player is because of how easy he makes the game look. Like, that just looked effortless. You know what I mean?
I call him one of the best players domestically because on the world scene, and you're inviting haterade here.
No.
On the world scene, that's gonna get done.
No, I agree. I agree with
Okay.
you domestically.
Right.
Oh!
Oh my goodness! As we go to the technical timeout, Billy says if Taylor can do it, I'll show you.
Billy got one. That's what he looked. He turned back to Taylor. He's like, got one.
All right, go into the comments section. Missy Key, will you be streaming Chang's next game? Oh yes, on a month that starts with a letter R.
These streams on Bally's.
Oh, they're on Bally's.
Like the women are only on Stadium.
So
and
Missy Key, I was actually just half messing, but they're going to be on the Bally's stream, which I don't know. The AVP has allowed me to stream on this court, so I'm not crossing swords with anybody. But I'm very glad that you're joining me now. I have 2% battery life left on this, so I might not be joining you guys for long. Anyone who wants to see the whole match better be praying that they win. They win here. Stevie Wonder keeping score. I got jungle fever. They got jungle fever.
Who's everybody's
Yes, Crabb
favorite
Allen
player?
up 1-0. Yes. If Drost, it says Drost leading, but didn't Crabb just win the set? Oh, let's change that.
Oh yeah.
Thanks,
you.
guys.
Thanks, guys.
The guy doing the scoring is Stevie Wondering, so let's just do a complete reset. Sorry, boys. No, thanks, guys. In fact, I had the scores reversed.
Hey, tell us some other stuff, chat.
Don't need to. I mean, the only thing you got to tell me is I have one job, just the one. Like Loki from Avengers. Comment section, thank you. This is why I double check. And again, thank you for having us. Aaron Wexler, again, Club Savage, former main draw guy, program director for West Coast Volleyball, UCLA Rockstar Libero.
Appreciation.
Just joining me.
Within the Game podcast, check it out.
Look, I can break down the game with the best of them, but I'm glad. As we get a dig, let's hold that thought. Low pass, and I don't love that pass, but it's a great fix by Harrison. Yeah, so I can break down games as good as the next guy, but it's great I can punt the analytical to someone with a high octane volleyball IQ.
Oh man, super fun. I love the vibe we create on this mic. It's super fun.
Quiet Wyatt Harrison to serve.
Love that play there. Lots of good defenders out on the court right now.
Got to get Harrison back on the karaoke mic. It turns out he's not just good looking, but can sing.
Jake Gibbs.
Sorry, a little radio silence. He's close to me. Yeah, Gibb was out here for the qualifier too. Just checking out the scene. Billy. Oh, shoestring dig. Transition. Wow, what a great touch block by Billy. There's the weight.
There you go. Great play. That's a running dig from Wyatt there.
Guys, it will be bittersweet if they win this set because I will not be streaming the third set. I am on 2 cells, 2% on my battery on the device that's charging at the same time.
Ooh.
And again they got hoodwinked into this trick block scheme. What they're doing right now, and I'll let you get in on this, they're showing the top of the tape, jumping late and taking it away.
Well, they also are slip blocking, which they didn't do in the first game, but now they're sending Avery up.
And I know you want to swing high, but to what end? You don't have to swing that high.
But 2 great blocks from Avery because Wyatt just got 2 touches in a row.
Right.
that's what you
13-11,
want.
leading by 2 in the set. And once again, that's block number 4 by Ta.Crabb.
This is an example of an inexperienced player doing his best, right? He's trying out there, but
Taylor, I'd hate to have to owe you one, but I really do if you pull out this set. That means people get to watch a match in its entirety. Great job today, my man. Fantastic volleyball today. That ball
what a pass,
flips
though.
out of bounds, and
he's got handcuffed.
they'd already used their timeout, I believe, right? Oh no, well, that answers that. go back to the comments section because not only have you guys been supportive, you've also fixed what was broken.
Let's go. Comments. Talk to us. What's on your mind? Who's your favorite player out here? Who do you want to win? Who do you think's gonna win?
Sanders still indoor this season. Okay, that answers one of the
indoor.
questions. Planet Cuba said Stevie wanted to keep it score. You're right, because not only did I have who was ahead wrong, I also had who was ahead in the technical timeout wrong. Look, in my defense, guys, I'm a one-man team here. Right? I mean, you got Victoria Dennis and Rob Sparrow that have a production team, people getting them their coffee, people doing side bends and sit-ups for them, the dancing bears between the technical timeout, and I'd like to defend myself and say I'm doing every bit as good.
You're doing great, bro. The volleyball community appreciates your
Chris
efforts.
Garner, thank you, my man. Chris, I love the interaction because the stream, the men's match I did 3 hours ago, we had 186 comments of pure interaction and just everybody from everywhere. New York, LA, Texas, the ATX people, Colorado, huge support system for Gage Basie. Billy Allen's a real partner, I like that. Yeah, Gage Basie had a huge support system, Caleb Quakel from Florida, Germany, Poland, mad love, guys. Aaron Wexler across courtside.
Yeah, and just to respond again, a little breeze right there. There's a breeze.
Yeah.
About
Finally.
Taylor Sander, I believe he's playing indoor in India.
Yep.
And he's in the league already with Taylor Crabb.
And India is the league to go to as he snuck it through. That was a straight down block, but we didn't know to which end and a much needed side out. Yeah, but India's the place to go. Ian Satterfield played there, and they said they averaged 18 million views a match.
Wow.
So good for him. Go get that money and, volleyball, one love, one family. Practice what we preach. Billy Allen. Jeez.
So the way Billy approaches the ball freezes the defender. The defender kind of has to sit and respect the hard heat because Billy's approach is very consistent. It's the same thing over and over again. It doesn't even look like it's that hard, but it's hard enough to pin you as a defender.
But that's what makes these two all-world. Taylor Crabb is all-world. Billy Allen, not talked about in the world team, doesn't have the partner, right? When they're in system, that's what professionals do. They give you the choice of having to stay home or have maybe a piggyback 5-block screen or 4-block switch, right? And you got to choose your poison when they're in system.
Yeah, nice high swing by Avery there. Challenging the block, but going just high enough.
We're going to lose you on this live streaming with 1% battery life. 1713. Just trying to stay with you guys as long as I can. And my charger, which is more designed for iPhones and not iPads, is really doing the damn thing. Because we started this with 6%, guys. It might happen at match point, but you guys will know on the AVP website who won.
Great set.
Look out. Shout.
Great set.
I'd love to get up, but my joints, I'm as stiff as a board right now.
I'm impressed with Wyatt's hand setting. Very good hand setting.
And again, fast release allows you to jump set and evolve, right? You're not going to see a lot of deep dish guys jump set.
Yeah.
That animal doesn't exist.
Let's see if Avery can tee one up with the wind. Yeah, he did.
Oh, there
he
it
did,
is.
right on time. Because the gusts, as a player, you feel that. You feel the gusts that are just gusting right now.
Yep, and now with the wind at our back, guys, and you can see the 10 flopping on the top of our screen.
Yeah.
With the wind at our back, that's the advantage side, right?
Yep. That's a really good side. And Avery's right in the pocket for serving. Another good one.
Oh, little hubby wife and Taylor on both knees, in system set. Lemons to lemonade!
Great
And
set.
that, ladies and gentlemen, is what they do.
It's a great non-panicky play, right? Like you immediately get out of system and you immediately get right back to in system.
You can do top 10 plays of the day just on the last 3 matches.
Da-na-na, da-na-na.
Yes. On your knees, lemon pass, lemonade set, textbook delivery, 3 away from the win. Drost gets Doug on the cut. Transition. Oh, he must know karate because that set looked chopped.
And Taylor's mad at himself for shooting that big,
Yes.
right? You got to finish your platform as a defender. Sometimes that does happen when you're on the run, it just kind of shoots away from you, and that's frustrating because he was there. He made a great read.
Taylor also has the combination of being cutesy and being accurate. And
Yeah.
sometimes when you get too cutesy, sometimes the latter happens. And, that's volleyball. You
Yep.
want to entertain, but at the same time, you want to keep it copacetic. All right, Avery, Wyatt, actually, his serve to space into the wind is gnarly, dude. That time he keeps it in play. Billy Allen. Billy gets tricked on the 4-block switch, and Avery frosted that Drost.
You know what's
Side switch, and now advantage side. This might be a wrap, partner.
well, it could be, but it's just a miss there. But Wyatt just got a couple digs in a row.
Yep.
After split blocking, and then maybe they should have done that in the first game.
Yep.
Because Avery is actually a really good blocker. He's
He
always
really
been a good
is.
blocker.
Hey, Goose, is there any chance you could fix that stick? Because it's,
Here, I got it.
Oh, just to cover it up.
yeah. Thanks, Aaron.
Good hit.
I mean, we got 1% left. We try to make sure. So, yeah, straight up. Yeah, straight up. Lifting. That's it. My man. And that's it. And we're good.
It's a good hit.
Yeah, this thing weebles, wobbles, but doesn't fall down, Aaron.
Equals some wobbles.
17-19. Every Drost with the jump floater. This time they go short to Allen. Allen, great ball control. Taylor.
Good
And
hit.
again, can't say enough about the set, right? Just
Great set, but it's a really good explosion on a close step. He has anything he wants on that.
will they
Right?
go? Will someone beg him for the sky ball? No, I guess not.
Match point.
I'd love to see him jump serve. Taylor's got a good one. You don't see him use it a lot. Low toss, and my God, Taylor's playing it. He wants to play volleyball. Crab, got it! The dirty white boy throws one down.
Way to play
Winners,
that.
2-0.
I like how he played that. He wanted one more swing, didn't he?
We're gonna use the rest of our battery life to see the comments section, because I just want to show my love to anyone that had something to say at the end. Indonesia, that's it. Billy Allen's a real partner. Thank you for streaming. You're welcome, Chris Garner, and thank you guys for having me.
Appreciate
It is-
y'all.
Yes, Aaron, right? It is my duty, honor, and privilege to take the remaining 1% of this film to say we love you. So long. Go ahead, Aaron. Take it home.
Peace and love, everyone. Stay inspired.